for mom and dad, cause they ain't two together, cause we don't know how, yeah.
Hey, y'all know how we do it. Hey, we come back to y'all on a Tuesday night. We know that we got them young nuggets playing tonight. When I say young, I mean young. But hey, let me tell y'all something. For all y'all bidders out there, y'all better bid on nothing. Real talk. Hey, we got a good show lined up for y'all tonight. Hey, we got a special guest in the house with you. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna send a shout out to AK in the house. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we love y'all. We love support and protect you guys. Mike at 9. There we go. You know we love y'all out here. This is still business. How y'all feeling tonight? I know y'all hype, y'all getting ready for it. But you know we want to talk to y'all tonight. You know, put a little something on y'all's mind. Hey, we got a powerful one lined up for y'all tonight, though. We're going to get in here, we're going to talk, we're going to share, we're going to... You know how we do it. Come on, this is Mike and Mike at Night. You know what I'm saying? I do. Period. Now, we got my guy in here tonight. You know, my man, Mike and Mike at Night. That's my man, Radio. So check this out. We got my man, Mike, taking the night off tonight. Hey, my condolences, my support, my love, and my protect to you, my brother. We know that you're going through it right now. We got some family illnesses, but you know that comes with being alive and doing what we do. But we got a special show lined up for you guys tonight. There's some things that we need to talk about as a black community, but there are some things that I wanted to touch on tonight in particular, and I brought one of my day ones with me today to do that with. Hey, if you don't mind, go ahead and let them know who you are, what we doing tonight.
Hey, my name is Steve, a.k.a. S. I just want to give you a shout out, brother, for having me on the show. I've always wanted to be a part of a platform like this where we don't have to be politically correct necessarily and be able to be open and honest with our people. So shout out to Mike and Mike for that. Appreciate you, brother.
Right on. Not a problem, man. You know, my man gonna go to school for broadcasting, so he getting his feet wet tonight. He gonna come in here and shake it up, stir things up with us for a minute. Hey, before we get started, you know what we always do. We got to shoot them black businesses out. So, of course, we're going to give a shout out to Jabo's Barbecue. Hey, thank you, Jabo, for everything you did and everything you continue to do for the black community. You are bulwark in our community. We appreciate you. We love, support, and protect you. We also want to send a shout out to Cole the Empress. Cole, we still see you. We still know you got the body butters. We still know you got the beer butter. So we going to send you a shout out too. Let you know you in the house. Also, Shay's Beauty Supply right there. I talked to somebody just the other night. Didn't even know Shay's was there. Remember that?
Yep.
Didn't even know Shay's was over there. So check this out. Shay's Beauty Supply right there off of Mississippi and Abilene, right next to the K&G CC's Pizza. Y'all know where that is, right in that area. So go over there, check her out. If you guys need those, if you guys need anything like any hair care supplies, she's definitely in the house and available to give you guys what you need. So we want to love, support, and protect her as well. So we thank you guys for that. But what we did want to get into before we got some crazy stuff set up for y'all real quick. So, but before we get in there, I want to just say this one thing on the love, support, and protect tip. There's something that I'm noticing, you guys. There's something that I'm noticing. I'm noticing that when we get on here and we talk a whole bunch of stuff about Big D's? Okay, let me shoot out Big D's as well. When we get in here and we talk about, like, what I want to say, we get in here and talk about nonsense. Okay, when we always on some foolishness, it seems like we get more response with foolishness on Facebook than we do with something positive. It seems as though as black people in the black community, we don't want to supply or support anything that's positive, but we're always with the shenanigans. Black folks, we can't do that, man. Come on, man. We better than that, man. So when it comes to the foolishness, when it comes to, black people that infighting, man, we supposed to be here to love, support, and protect. Just the other day, I was talking to someone, and we was about to get to gossiping. You know what? Just because of this show and what we do here, I had to automatically say to myself, and this is what I repeat to myself: love, support, and protect. We have to do that. Love, support, and protect. Now, my man right here, he wants to put some extra sauce on that, so go ahead and explain what you wanted to say about that.
As far as love, supporting, and protecting, I totally agree with that message. I think that is something that the black community can stand on and lean on. But also, I would like to add to that we gotta hold ourselves accountable. When we're out here committing these BS, like my man said, we're going in on Facebook Live on each other, and you're seeing that's leading to people being shot, and you're seeing people flashing their money on Facebook and online, and all this does is create a persona that you really are unable to protect. And one of the things we're trying to do is protect each other. So first things first, outside of loving, supporting, and protecting each other, we got to hold ourselves accountable, people. All the BS behavior and the way that we act amongst each other, toward each other, there's got to be some love involved in that.
Well, I appreciate that, man, and I appreciate you for throwing that in there, because we do. I'm going to be honest with you. We do have to hold each other accountable, because it's different when we just throw that love, support, and protect out there, but we don't make sure that we're doing it. And we have to become the change that we want to see. So when I talk about the love, support, and protect, I also have to hold myself accountable for that as well. And I challenge you to do the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
So tonight we wanted to get into something real, we're going to get into something real deep, but before we do that, I'm going to take just a quick little break, but I want you guys to start thinking about this single Denver scene. And when I'm talking about single, what I mean is the men that don't have women and the women that don't have men. Because this is a Two for Tuesdays, and we always talk about the couples on these nights. So before we get into that, I just want to take a little break. I want you guys to think about that for a minute. Love, support, and protect. You right on, Deborah Clark. Hey, love, support, and protect, but I want you guys to think of the condition of our community right now. If you guys want to, go ahead and chime in if you feel there's something that you need to say about the single Denver scene right now, as far as why there aren't enough or there aren't available men or women for the singles that are out here, in the dilemma that we face in the town that we live in. I want you guys to chime in and let us know how you feel about that. So check this out. On the love, support, and protect tip, we're going to take a little short break and we're going to get busy.
I hit the root juice, it pulls up in the deuce. It gives me this group about the fake ass truths and how niggas out there wanna play. I take another hit of the way and then I blast away. How far, player? Far enough to go off the edge. I push another nigga off the ledge, so I stumble as I slide to the ship. Yeah, my eyes kinda teary and gun kinda heavy. I'm a walking dead man, is what they call me when I'm coming. Got the big S on my chest, so I'm kinda gunning how I'm going to the west side. To check up on some chickens, it's a hell of a drive, so drive on. As I hit my door straight to the break of dawn, crime fighting's on. And niggas in my crew don't think like me till you busters, and so we say fuck you, then fuck you, tuck you wait for the night.
Hey, we supporting black businesses for sure. I just had to powwow with my man for a minute, but anyway, of course we support black businesses. So, hey, check this out. If you do have a black business that you want us to shoot at or you want somebody to know about, go ahead and drop us something in our comments. Hey, we're also doing unlocations the same way we did at Jabos. We show up at your business, okay? We'll show up in your business and we'll in full and rare form. And we'll, greet your guests, do whatever we need to do to get this black community together. The problem is we're not putting the products in touch with the people. So we know there's people out there doing it, but they're not contacting the product. So we have to put those two entities together so that we can build as a black community, especially here in Denver, Colorado, where they say there is no black people. So this is my question, and I'm going to ask my man this question real quick because this is kind of for you, but it's also for them as well. Why do you think there are so many single black women in Denver, Colorado? Oh, wait.
Well, there's really no right or wrong answer for that, but I will start by saying that too many in our community have been compromised and are in jails, and certainly that will lead to a shortage of black men that have availability. Also, I think that once we understand as a people, what is it that we can do to protect our black men? Because when we talk about love, support, and protecting each other, we're talking about our black men also, and we have to do what we have to do as black men, single or not, to protect our other brothers so that they can be available for some single black woman.
So that comes from like making good choices. So if we see our brothers out here doing something that they probably shouldn't be doing, such as being neighborhood pariahs, we do love, support, and protect our gang members, but if they're out here gang banging, if they're out here not taking care or spending time with their children, do all these things contribute to the unavailability of black men in our community?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The main thing that we need to understand is that once we do have that love, now let's talk about the love aspect.
Okay, and the love, support, and protect. What does that love look like in our community?
The love looks like, for instance, people like Mike and Mike who have a platform like this. When you have respect in the community, it's almost your responsibility, I feel, to seek out people who need our help, and that's part of loving and protecting them. So, so if you see a man in distress or a young man in distress who could use a positive word or two, I think it's our responsibility to try to not just tell them what to do, but lead by example. Because you can tell anybody anything, but if you're not leading by example, then they will have no recourse to follow you. But if I show you that, hey, this is how I'm handling myself when you see me in public, this is how we handle ourselves at job interviews, this is how we handle ourselves when we're amongst our elders and people of other races, then we can start to understand what it is we need to do.
Okay, so when we look at the love aspect, and I love to look at the love aspect. So when we look at the love aspect and we say, how do you communicate the love that you have for another brother? I've been confronted many times in the neighborhood and walking around the neighborhood, and I see, people that walk up to me or say things to me that are kind of out of character. I always greet them with the "How you doing, young brother?" or "How you doing, brother?" And the thing is subconsciously I have to place that in there to let him or remind him that he is my brother. Absolutely. Harold said, "What's up, man?" So let him know. He said, "Good afternoon, Mr. G." So, Mr. Kyle.
What's up, Harold?
Another day one. But yeah, man, we have to remember now with that love also, and I want to bring this back to our queens. When it comes to that love that we have for the black woman, how would you say how would you say our best way to express that is? The best way we can express our love to the black woman. I don't want you to get silent now, man, because they need to get So maybe you're just going over the different ways that you can express your love. Now, I just mean in general. I don't mean personal love that you express.
It's not a black or white thing necessarily, but it is a little different when it's concerning our queens, because our queens demand a certain amount of respect that unfortunately they have been swept to the side and have not been shown the proper love that they need and deserve.
Okay. So, and I want to say that as well, when it comes to love, I think that, and this goes out to the baby's daddies or whoever. I just want to say the respect that you have for your queen or the mother of your child. Let me just say this real quick. If you cannot show your children's mother love, then there is no way, my brother, that you can show your children love. Let me say that one more time. If you cannot show your children's mother love, there is no way that you can show those children love. Because the thing is that that's where it starts. And it started with you too. So the thing is those children love that woman just as much, or should love that woman just as much as they love you. So that love should be good. That love should be reciprocated with the love that she. Now I'm not saying you guys may not be in a relationship anymore, but you can still show that love in some form or fashion. And when I say that, what I mean is this: you can show that love by not being disrespectful, by not speaking down on that woman, and showing that woman that she has your back. We had our brother on here, Chad, the other day, and he was talking about that. He said he would do whatever he had to do for his children's mother to never see her on her knees. And I had to respect that, because a lot of men don't think that. So let's move now from the love to the support. When it comes to our black community, what do you think it is that we can do to support each other even more? Now, we try to do it on the Mike and Mike show with black businesses and stuff like that, but what do you think we could do to show our support just a little bit more?
That obviously is important that we support each other. Monetarily is just part of it. It doesn't cost a lot of money, people, and whether you're with that child's mother or not, it doesn't cost a lot of money to take your kid to a park. It doesn't cost anything to help your child with his homework. I know we have online learning going on right now. Don't let that just be the job of the mother. This is an opportunity for you to step your game up and really get involved with your children. You have to know who your children are dealing with. Know who your children's friends are. All these
That's
things,
a big one right there.
All these things can go a long, long way. Now, mind you, I know some of the baby mamas out there saying, well, I need that child support money too, and I feel you.
Well, if you can't spend all the money, you can spend the time at least.
Right, and women, be open to letting your man be able to spend that time. It shouldn't take him to have to pay you a certain amount of money to spend time with his child, because the time spent is way more valuable than that dollar that he may spend.
And you know what? Let me tell you something, just for the men out there that might not know this. And in a lot of cases, those two things are kept separate. When it comes to the time that the visitation, they don't care. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, they don't care how much you are behind in child support. You still have visitation rights. And when we talk about the support, because we move from the love, support, and we're going to go to the protect after this. But when we talk about that support in the way of time, the courts will always afford you, unless in any way, shape, or form you have placed those children in harm's way. But that's a conversation for another day, and there's still ways in which you can continue to spend time with your children. But I know that we don't always have a lot of money. But if you don't have a lot of money, you should have a lot of time. So you should be able to spend that time. Harold is telling me right now that he needs to call in. He wants to talk a little bit. We got Michelle Simmons in the house, a mental health professional. Deborah Clark shooting her out as well. I actually had a couple of mental health professionals that wanted to get in there and talk to us. But we are definitely, Harold is definitely a friend of the show, somebody that we respect and have respected for quite a while. Harold, I'm going to go ahead and shoot you the number, not unless you already have it, and I'm going to go ahead and let you get the call in. But while we're moving from the support, I want to go to the protect and tell me what it is that you feel we could do to protect our brothers and sisters in the community.
There's a lot of things we can do. First and foremost, it can start at home. You got to protect your home. And when I say protect your home, there's a lot of ways that can be achieved. you can protect your home from being evicted from your home by making sure that you pay your bills, by making sure that you just stay in motion. There's a saying that goes, a body in motion stays in motion, and I tend to agree with that. So once you get the ball rolling, then you'll have the ability to protect your family. And that's not just monetarily. You have to protect your children from, there's predators out there. There's child trafficking going on right up under our eyes that we're not, a bunch of people are not privy to. But we got to start at home. And then it starts with our children and their friends. And we just snowball as a community. And once we get back to and I hate to say it, but how things were back in the 50s, they were sure enough bad for black people. But one thing that we did have was the support of
and
each other,
protect and love.
and we love the
we
community.
stick together. We
And
stick
it didn't
together.
matter what neighborhood you went to. If you were black and you see another black man, you automatically give the what's up signal, right? I don't know if everybody can see
Hey,
that.
Harold, we got Harold in here right now. Hey, man, there's something that you wanted to offer?
Gentlemen, thank you so much for actually providing this with the community, because that's exactly what we need to do, is communicate. If there is no communication, that's what creates frustration. And what we're doing right now, I applaud you for creating this, especially getting it out there, letting people talk, and letting people understand that there's so many different points of view to the spectrum. And to kind of touch on and kind of play on exactly what you're speaking of, but this in the 50s, a lot of the factions that we built back then, the Panthers, a lot of different community actions, we created school lunch programs, school breakfast programs, community reading programs. Those are the things that I think we need to bring back. Now, I will say this, Steve, with yourself, several other people that are in the community, and I'm not, there's never any type of, virtue casting or anything on my own end, but each one teach one. If we can truly bring that in and live by what that is meaning. If you're in your neighborhood, you're coming through your support, you see a black child, you see a child or a child of color, that's a loan. And you see that child's mind working on itself, trying to think of the city's thoughts like they want to take something, talk to them. Giving the angles and the avenues is going to make it better or her better.
So what Harold's saying right now is he's saying, hey, when you're traveling through these supermarkets, when you're seeing these black kids out here, don't just look past them. Don't just walk past them like they're nobodies. A part of the love, support, and protect movement is that we walk into them, we embrace them, we talk to them, we see what's going on with them. Sometimes, you know what, I'm going to tell you, I've even been in a situation as a kid where all I wanted was an OG or somebody older than me to just talk to me for a minute or just see things from my point of view. Go ahead, Harold.
That's exactly right. I think the one thing, and again, gentlemen, you both attested this, and this is a part of me too, I fell victim to this. Those that were older than I was, they created a bubble. They created a bubble that I wanted to achieve, especially some of those that I admired. Whether that person was in the hood, was a gang member, whether that person in the hood had other facilities of earning, regardless of whatever it was, if it attracted me to the bubble that I saw them build, that's what made me persevere what they had. Now, let me tell you this. Sometimes those bubbles build, puts you in a box, it puts you in a corner because you don't know the bigger bubbles outside of that.
Okay.
So when you're looking for influencing and stuff like that, don't just let that lock into something that you see that's going to be shiny, something that's just going to attract you. You see the big car, you see the fast money. Nothing comes easy. Everything in life, that's both of you gentlemen can attest, takes hard work. Now, in that hard work, in building the community, that is that reach out. Even if I saw another man that's my age, that's not necessarily in the avenue of what I'm in as far as making money. However, when I reach out and can branch and touch, that's a facility for him. So if I know someone in construction, I don't do construction. I don't know anything about construction. But I know a lot of friends and people that do.
And putting those people in
Absolutely.
You hand that out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You hand that out.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate you for calling in and just giving us a little bit of insight as far as that goes. We know that you're one that have always had a more cerebral approach into how we can better ourselves as black people. So, of course, I wanted to give you some say in this as well. But we do appreciate that. On the protected, you have a good day, Harold. Hey, on the protected, what he was always also saying, what he was also saying is that when we see these brothers and sisters out here, we need to reach out to them. We have built this platform so that we can do just that. We try to make the people in our community the stars, the people that we look up to. you know what? If you have someone that needs to hear this message, go ahead and shoot it out to them. Ms. Clark, we appreciate you right now for plugging all these people and letting them know that the show is here and that the show is here for them. What we do this for is the community. We don't do this, we don't collect any money. We take time out of our schedule, time out of our day to give that love back to you all. This is my way of protecting us as black people and loving us and supporting us because I'm keeping us informed. But at the same time, we know that there's a bottom line. We know that we got to stick together. We know that there are businesses out there that are hurting due to the COVID-19. We know that there are black businesses out there that need business right now, and they're not being able to be put in contact with the people that actually want their services. Now, let me tell you, there's also white people that need black folk services.
For sure.
But the only problem is that it seems like we only support our own businesses. That love, support, and protect goes a long way. So this is what I'm saying. If we know people out there that need this service, like I said, drop their business down in the comment section. We're going to shoot them out. We're going to talk about them. We're going to hype them up on this show. We're going to make sure that their voice is also heard in a voice where the black voice has been drowned out. We're going to give us a voice back. And if it takes my last breath, we're going to make sure that we do that in the Denver community. Is there something else you want to add?
No, there was a lot of it right there. You said a mouthful, my brother, but I do want to send out to
Hello?
my sis.
Hello?
Yes, we have somebody else?
Yeah, my name is Walter again. I called you about your pizza.
Oh, okay, just give me a second here, Walter. We thought we were doing the show here. We thought you were calling in for the show, man. But just give me a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hey, we on that love, support, and protect. I don't turn, as you guys just see right now, I don't turn none of my brothers and sisters away. If nobody can say anything else about me, that is one thing that I've always been on, is that love, support, and protect for our community. So, having said that, I just want to wrap up with one more thought. I was just out in a suburban area of town, and I seen the way that business and commerce is exchanged, traded, and respected amongst our Caucasian brothers and sisters. When there are people, family-owned businesses, even commercially owned businesses, inside of a community, they come together. They don't take their cars out to other places. They don't take their cleaning out to other places. They stay in and build their community from where they're at. What I'm saying is this, black folks, we need to start building the community from where we are now. And if we can do that, I think we can move a whole lot further. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, and it's never too late to do that. Let me just speak on my particular community. I come from a historically black community that once upon a time was probably, 78, 79% African American. Well, if you look at my community today, there's probably less than 10 black businesses. However, there's a plethora of Latino businesses. There's a plethora of white-owned businesses, Korean-owned businesses. Even our Arab brothers have got in, and they have businesses out here in the Montbello community as well. So I think it is time that we do bring attention to ourselves and we start to love, support, and protect each other. Of course, I want to reach everybody, but it has to start right here in my own community. So, and before I finish that, I want to give a quick shout out to my sis, Sharon Blasian Rollins in Little Rock, Arkansas. Thanks for chiming in, sis. Love you.
Okay. Again, if you guys look in the comments, we just got somebody plugged for mental health. We got someone, an author that has been plugged on her book. We also have Lonnie out there he does great commercial cleaning and fences. So this is the other thing as well. When you guys drop those comments right here, when people go back and look at this, If they need any services, then they can definitely look at this video and run back through this and see the different services that are offered by the black community within Denver, Colorado. Once again, hey, I want to say this to you guys: Go Nuggets! We ready to get active in here. Oh, we got Desiree Mayberry as a tax specialist. We about to get active in here. We're gonna beat those Lakers tonight. Hey, if you don't believe me, go ahead and play this show over again, and you'll see what I tell you tomorrow. But anyway, love, support, and protect each other. Make sure that we are continuing to respect the Queen as well as the black man inside within our community. We want to thank Steve again for coming on to the show. Yes, I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
We had a good time with you today. Hey, we're gonna be back in here tomorrow. We got a big surprise for you tomorrow. Great show lined up, so make sure you don't miss it. Y'all have a good one. We talk to you later.
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure.